Hello and welcome to Long's Toys. Today I have the Power Rangers Super Megaforce review for you. This is the Armored Super Mega Silver Ranger. If you get a little bit closer here, he looks very cool. He comes with his trident, and he also comes with the gold mode that has the 15 Rangers on it, which we'll get to. Cool picture on the side. Cool picture on that side. Nice picture on the back. Now you'll notice it's going to be hard to see because they're kind of black, but you can kind of see it here too. The weapons that it shows him coming with are definitely more painted than they actually are. You can see here in the packaging, they're just the gold plastic, so they're not nicely painted. I wish they were. It would be nice, but what are you going to do? Let's go ahead and get this guy out of the packaging and take a look. Okay, so straight out of the box, you get the Super Mega Silver Ranger here. He does come with 2 additional hands. Put them off to the side. He comes with his trident spear. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, as I noted before, it's just one solid gold color. It's decently detailed. Let me see if I can focus in a little bit here. No, don't look at the Ranger. Come on. Alright, well, it doesn't want to focus as long as Silver Ranger's in the back there. Still doesn't want to focus. There we go. It really does have some nice detailing. I just wish it had a few more paint apps. Could have really been nice. But anyway, that's his spear. It also comes with this anchor attachment. The piece doesn't change itself. You just pop one off and pop the other one on. Again, nicely detailed, just no paint. Then it comes with the gun mode, which is the mode that the roleplay toy was missing. As you can see, the 2 trident parts fold down to become the handle, and then he holds it like a gun like this. So that's a nice feature to have that. Then he comes with the gold armor. And as you can see, these 2 pieces come together in the box. They fit around his body. It also comes with these 2 shoulder pieces, which you'll see the notches you can slide in here. Just slide one in on each side, and they will stay. And then you can kind of have the armor all together like this. So, that will move on to the articulation now. So the Silver Ranger has the same points of articulation that the other armored figures have. Starting at the top, his head can move side to side. Now his visor can move forward and back. That has to do with his gold mode. On the shoulder here, you have a swivel up and down and also a rotation front to back. Right below that, right here, you have a swivel. Then you have 90 degrees at the elbow. Now my elbows are a little loose, but it's not anything terrible. Right below the elbow, you have another swivel. Right there. And then you have the hands are on a ball joint, and I think the joint behind the ball joint can move, but I have a hard time getting it to do that. You can pop the hands off and put the new hands on. I don't really know what these. I think these are kind of just standard other hands that come with it. I'm not going to bother to pop. It's literally just pop it off, pop the new one on. It's really easy to do. All the things I'm going to show you have him holding his weapons, so these hands are the ones that hold the weapons. So I'm just going to leave them on. But they're very easy to change. In the torso here, it can rock forward and back, and then you can kind of do a little bit of swiveling at the waist. Let's see, the hip. I think the hip joints are very similar to the shoulders, just with this skirt here. It's a little limited, not terrible, but it's a little limited. Then a swivel right above that. And it's going to be hard to see because this is all black. Maybe I can get a little bit more light on here. But anyway, right there you can kind of see it swiveling. It's literally right there at the top of the calf. Then you can do 90 degrees at the knee. The boot swivels right at the cuff. And then you have this little bit of articulation here at the ankle. So he's definitely got lots of points of articulation. I'm pretty sure that all the armored figures have the same articulation. As far as his weapons, Like I said, he has his trident. You can just go ahead and snap it right in his hand. It looks pretty good. If you want, you can get him to hold it two-handed. Swivel this down a little bit. There we go. Unfortunately, the staff of the trident is kind of really soft plastic. It's not terrible, but it's hard when you're changing out the heads because it's very loose that if you try to pop it, like, you have to be careful when popping it on and off. You can almost bend the staff. But I think it does look pretty good in this mode. So I'll go ahead and pop this out. And I'll show you the change of the head when we get into the gold mode, because the anchor mode goes with the gold mode. As far as the gun mode goes, ooh, don't fall over. You can just go ahead and pop this right in his hand. And that looks pretty good, I think. As far as a gun goes, I really wish the role play weapon had this mode, because I really do like it. Again, solid gold piece, not really any detailing, or I should say not any paint. It does have nice detailing, but not really any paint. Now, he does have a hole here and here on his hips, so you could technically go ahead and plug this in if you wanted him to put his gun on like a holster. You could certainly go ahead and do that, which is kind of a nice little feature. So, pretty cool. I like all the articulation he has. I like his coloring. I like his paint. I think it's pretty well done. And I like that it's kind of gray more than silver, but it's a little shiny. I would have liked it to be maybe a little bit shinier. Actually silver, but I think it looks pretty good. I'll move on now and I'll show you the gold mode. So for gold mode, the first thing you need to do is come around to the back and this little collar piece will come off. It's kind of a flimsy, not flimsy, but it's definitely a softer plastic. And you can see it has two little kind of pegs right there, which go into these two holes. And you can just set that off to the side. You're going to come here and disassemble this. If you've put these pieces in here, just take them back out. And then this will just, right there, pop in two. So you just kind of put this around the back. And this will go around his belt, as you can see. And then you just go ahead and clip this part on the front. Get these pieces out of the way. And then just kind of smush it all together till it doesn't really click together or anything. It just kind of, sandwiches together. But it works. Now the nice thing about this part is you do not have to, the shoulders do not connect to the main body. As you can see here, I'll try to get in. There's a little like a little peg, very, very tiny, just like two circle pegs. And they're going to go into these indentations on the shoulder. Oh, come on. And they pop on very easily, which is nice, because this way you don't have to limit the arm mobility when you have this armor on. These pieces of the arms can still rotate, and it still looks really good. Then you're just going to go ahead and tilt the visor forward. Now the head does not really rock back, but I still think it looks pretty good. These you can just kind of position however you like. I kind of like to put them a little bit towards the back, just to kind of get them out of the way. You're going to come to this and just pop that off. It's right below where the key would go in. And then you can just go ahead and bring in the anchor mode. And now you'll notice on the peg here, and again, this is going to be difficult to show, but it's not a complete circle. One end is flat. Probably not showing up very well. But you'll see the hole here, how one side is flat. So you just line that up. And it's, like I said, it's hard to get it to go in. It seems to be getting easier each time. But this is kind of flimsy. So it's kind of hard to, when you hold this to push it in, you're not really getting any kind of leverage, because it's very slippery and flimsy. But now you can go ahead and equip him with the anchor mode of his spear, which I think looks very good. Go ahead and get in your hand there, pal. He is not wanting to cooperate. All right. This is not a huge problem with this figure. There we go. It just takes some getting used to. Sorry, hold on. Let me adjust everything. My light's out of whack. There we go. Now if we can pan up and focus. There we go. So I think he looks very good with the gold armor. I really do. I like how the visor goes down. I like that they didn't just omit that little detail. I appreciate that. From the back, it's kind of bland. It's really just a lot of gold. But from the front, I really, really think it looks good. I mean, all 15 helmets are there. They didn't miss anything. And they're all kind of nicely detailed. Each one is kind of raised a little bit. Like each one is a little bump, which is kind of nice. I think he definitely looks great. Like I said, the only thing I would probably change is more paint on the weapons. Other than that, I think it looks really good. One last thing that the directions shows you can do with the armor. Put these two pieces back together, just like that. Then you can swing these pieces up like this. And then go ahead and slide these pieces back in as I showed you earlier. Is it going in? Nope. Okay. Technical difficulties. There you go. You can get these in. So once you put these pieces back in, it's really not wanting to happen for me right now. 10 seconds. Sometimes it's a little easier to do stuff like this off camera, just because you can get it a little closer in. There we go. I don't know why it's being so difficult. So once you go ahead and get those pieces in, and just kind of keep this sandwich together to keep them in place, if you'll notice inside here, there's this little clip, and then this part in the front is kind of cut out like a circle. They want you to take the weapon and kind of feed it back through, and then right here where the little lip is, that'll rest on the front, and then this will clip in here, so that you can almost kind of recreate the gold key. That's what it reminds me of. I mean, technically that would be something like this, but the key would be coming at the top. But it kind of reminds me of the gold key. Now, if you look inside here, and it'll probably be hard to see. It's actually on this side, that's why. There is right there, you can see it is a little, like just a peg sticking up. And you're supposed to be able to put this, have his hand go through there and hold on to that peg like this is a giant weapon. So if you turn his fist so he can hold this, and then he can kind of hold the armor like a giant weapon. Obviously it's super heavy and his arm can't really sustain the weight. But it's kind of cool. I mean, it's a little extra thing they tossed in just to have an extra little mode. I mean, they didn't really have to do anything, and you're certainly not buying the figure for this little extra mode, but hey, extras are always fun. So, like I said, his arm can't really sustain the weight, but if you kind of prop it up, it just looks like he's got a giant, massive, anchory spear thing. So, that's kind of cool. So I would say that I definitely recommend the Armored Might Super Mega Silver Ranger. I'm just going to call him Silver Ranger from now on for simplicity. I definitely like it. I think it's one of the better Armored Might figures because he actually has a bunch of armor and it makes sense. Whereas like white and green don't really have any armor. They just had to make them because they're by far the most popular Rangers with everyone. This guy, he's a nice figure. He has the gold armor, which I think looks really good. He's got the weapon, and it has the different detachable heads. He's got the gun mode for his weapon. He comes with some nice accessories. I think this is the only version of the gold mode we're going to get. I don't think there's a gold mode version in the 5-inch figures. I don't think there's one planned. The regular Silver Ranger is coming out in the 5-inch figures, but I don't know if there's going to be a gold mode. So if you want a good representation of the gold mode, I definitely suggest this. If you really don't care about the gold mode and you just want a Silver Ranger figure, you might opt for the 10-inch figure because it's probably almost half the price of this. This retails for about $16.99. I got mine on Amazon, but since then I have seen him in Toys R Us's, and some people are even saying he's showing up in Kmart's, so there you go. I don't think Walmart and Target are carrying the armored figures. I'm not 100% about that. Target used to, then they stopped. They might be again. I don't think Walmart's ever had them. So I would say your best bet is probably Toys R Us or Amazon. But yeah, if you love the Silver Ranger and you really like the gold note, I think this is a really great representation of it, so I definitely recommend it. But please tell me what you guys think in the comments. Please like and share this video. Please make sure you're subscribed. There'll be links in the description for my Facebook and Twitter. Please follow me on there as well. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Armored Super Mega Silver Ranger, bit of a mouthful, from Super Megaforce. And thanks for watching.